Introducing the Open Palm Podcast with host Jerome Shaw, available today on your favorite podcast platforms. The Open Palm Podcast is a positive, uplifting, motivational, and inspirational podcast. The host brings his insight and philosophy, and you can't help but gravitate towards his smile, his words, and his wisdom. Again, the podcast he hosts is titled The Open Palm Podcast. It's about inspirational messages, motivating themes, and thought-provoking ideas and topics. He'll also help you become more aware and in harmony with your own life, giving you a better understanding of your place in the world and using your skills accordingly, greeting the world with an open palm instead of a closed fist. You can find the show today on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and more. You can also connect with the host on Instagram at Jerome Shaw. That's JROMESHAW on Instagram. Jerome Shaw with the Open Palm Podcast. Motivation, meditation, mentality. Go listen, download, and subscribe today.
Security is mostly a superstition. Life is either a daring adventure or nothing. This is a quote by Helen Keller. Helen Keller, I just love her quotes. One of my favorite quotes by Helen Keller, as well as this one, is, while they were saying amongst themselves, it was impossible, it was done. While they were saying amongst themselves, it cannot be done, it was done. I just love that, because there are so many naysayers, so many people throughout life that will say something cannot be done, that there's just no way. I've never seen it done before. It's never been done before. I've never seen it, right? People who count too much on their outer eyes and not on their inner eye. When you rely too much on your outer eye, you may have sight but no vision. And as Helen Keller says in this quote, security is mostly a superstition. Life is either a daring adventure or nothing. When you really think about it, my friend, what is your security? What security do you have? I could walk outside right now, outside this house that I'm currently in. I could walk in the middle of the street and get hit by a car. I could get hit by a bus, right? A plane could suddenly be overtaken by some forces or go out of whack and could crash into my surrounding area, and something bad could happen to me. I could be on the tail end of unforeseen circumstances, right? I could be driving and not looking where I'm going and have an accident, and my life could be over. Now, I don't wish these things to happen, but they could happen. There's no really reliable security. Even if you amass massive amounts of wealth, what security do you have? It's very interesting that a lot of people spend the majority of their early years amassing wealth. They focus on wealth and they sacrifice their health, right? They focus on the wealth because they want security. They want to feel safe and secure. So they get all this wealth, right? But they sacrifice their health in the process. And then later on in life, they give up all their wealth to try and gain back what health they can. Once they finally realize that health was the real wealth all along, there was no actual security, that what they thought was security was actually just in their minds. It wasn't really secure in the grand scheme of things when we understand that anything can happen. Now, I do believe in things such as karma and consequences and ramifications for our actions. And each individual, when we think about life in the scheme of boomerangs, whatever you put out, you do get back. So there are people that can be said to speed up the process of their death certificate. There are people who may put themselves in situations that were uncalled for. Who's to say what was written or unwritten or destined or undestined? And of course, you can increase or lower your chances of survival in life. But is there really security? So that's the point that I'm driving home here, is that nothing is really secure when you think about it. Everything is just happening in this random, chaotic, chance-like fashion. The only thing that we know for sure is nothing is sure. The only thing we know for sure or for certain is that nothing is certain. Everything is impermanent. But actually, this is something that I find to be very beautiful, because if everything was permanent, I wouldn't be alive today, and you wouldn't be able to hear the words on this podcast. So let life be a daring adventure, like Helen Keller says. Don't try to be so secure. What did they say? Be happy. Not because everything is good, but because you can see the good in everything. And after all, there's no getting out alive. Why so serious? Why so serious? Life is too important to be taken so seriously. I think I learned that from Oscar Wilde. So my friend, let it be an adventure. Let life be what it is. Life is for living and for giving, I believe. And when we do these things and we find fulfillment, we may not feel secure. But what is security? But a fleeting imagination of our minds. I think that the real importance, the real impact, is what you have on your life, and as a result, the lives of others. So let it be an adventure. Go out, go live, and be free. Thank you for listening, my friend. This has been Jerome Shaw on TOP, the Open Palm Podcast here in San Antonio, Texas. I pray you received an encouraging message, letting you know that no matter what people say, of course, you can save up money, you can invest money, you can feel secure all you want to. But are you really living? And what are you really living for? And will you look back on this day in the future and thank yourself for letting life be a daring adventure with no regrets? Or will you look down on your past self and wonder what life could have been if you had turned it into an adventure? Share this episode with someone who needs to hear it. And if this is your first time receiving this podcast, definitely subscribe for more inspirational messages. If you feel it in your heart to support, consider opening your browser to anchor.fm/jshaw, and clicking that support button is much appreciated. Have a wonderful and blessed day, my friend, wherever you are, or night. And as always, take care.